security agencies observe the rule of law as a foundation of a democratic society by complying with court decisions. Legal practitioner Jide Ologun joins me on the news at 10 for more on this development. Mr. Ologun, what do you make of this letter? Do we have a track record of security operatives disobeying court orders?
We're talking about the case of Emefiele, who reportedly returns to the country on Wednesday. He's been away for about 2 weeks now, apparently on leave. And the DSS wanted to arrest him, even sought a court order from the Federal High Court in Abuja, which was denied. But the State Security Service, now known as DSS, Department of State Services, has a very crucial responsibility to rise against disruption of internal security, and some of the responsibilities include counterintelligence, counter-terrorism, and surveillance, as well as investigating some other types of serious crimes against the state. And there is an allegation now that Emefiele may be wanted for acts of financing terrorism, fraudulent activities, and economic crimes of national security dimension. But now that the Federal High Court has prevented DSS, we don't know what may happen. And we have not been duly informed about the details of these allegations. And of course, some stakeholders in the country are trying to position it against some of the policies that came out from the central bank, perhaps like the statement of the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces that corruption is fighting back. Recall the redesign of the Naira, which may affect some personalities that have been holding Naira. And again, some think this is quite close to our elections and may be interpreted to really disrupt the volatile peace in the country. And again, an angle to look at it is that why this sudden energy to fight terrorism when in the time past, the government has told us that about 400 sponsors of terrorism have been identified, and yet we have not read about DSS going after any of these sponsors, And we know that right now, there is a strong suspicion that some personalities may not want the elections to hold. So we need to be very careful. And having said all this, though, the position is that the rule of law should prevail. No Nigerian is above. So if there are questions for the governor of central bank to answer,
indeed, Mr. Ologun.
I mean,
and that's the position of the senior lawyers asking that the DSS obey the court order. But talk to us about the legal options open for the secret police. Aftermath, the discretionary powers exercised by the Abuja court, saying that the plaintiff should provide concrete evidences to support all of these allegations that they have brought against the CBN governor.
The legal options available is that he should be invited by DSS, and he is expected to report in the DSS office. And when you are invited, you are merely invited on the purpose of investigating to come and state your positions, because under the Nigerian Constitution, even an person, though described as defendant under the new criminal law, is presumed innocent until these allegations have been proved beyond all reasonable doubt. So basically, he should be invited, he should go, and if he fails to go, then, a warrant of arrest may be issued against him and approach the court to grant an order. But in this case, like I mentioned earlier, the DSS already approached the Federal High Court in Abuja, and the Federal High Court denied that he can be arrested. And what jurists are saying is that if that is the order of the court, then let it be, except you now patronize other options. It cannot just be, carried or whisked away like that. No, Nigerians are interested in knowing what exactly are these financing terrorism fraudulent activities and economic crimes of national security dimension. You know, who is feeling unsecured? Is he sponsoring terrorism in the southeast or in the north, or what exactly is going on? You know, but like I said, the DSS has a responsibility that, you know, encompass counterintelligence, internal security, counterterrorism. So they are the ones who know the information available.
And then, Mr. Ologun, the Chief Judge also had ruled that if the applicant intends to still pursue the application, it should place the respondent on notice, considering the very sensitive public office that he occupies. But that's our time now, Mr. Ologun. I'm afraid we have to go. Jide Ologun is a legal practitioner. Thank you for your thought on this particular development.